Hello everyone, we're back with Fate Grand Order with the Indian lost belt, Yugakhestra? I don't know how to say it. Oh, is OBS is clipping into it. Oops. Ignore that. Yeah. So, last time we zero sailed, that's the word. And now we're presumably entering the lost belt. We don't have a map yet. I'm assuming we get it at the end of this section. Yeah, this is apparently going to be a short chapter. I've seen the length. So, like, you know, I'm just... Yeah, fall. Kill for time. Stall. We're going to make this hit 20 minutes. Why? I don't know. That's... I remember back in, like, 2012... all gaming videos, like going over 30 minutes was suicide. 20 minutes was like that's the highest you go. It's kind of reversed. Well, nowadays it's like, oh yeah, the longer the better. Well, mainly because streaming's taken off. Obviously there's like the 10-minute mark that some videos want to hit, but for the gaming content, like, you know, streams are like way bigger now than they were back then. Like, Twitch was around back then, but it's blown up. Come on. You don't have to stall that hard, Paul. When did Twitch blow up? Like, 2015-ish? I don't know. Like, it was always big, but now it's like big. Anyway, so like, I guess I could talk. Well, the second I start talking, it's gonna load. What can I talk about that I can end at a moment's notice? I mean, I've talked about this in Disco Elysium, but I started reading this web novel. It's called The Wandering Inn, and I expected nothing from it, but I ended up loving it. Like, is it good? Yeah, it's good. Is it great? Not really. Is it fun? Yes. It's probably the most fun I've had reading a piece of fiction. Even Umineko. That's high praise coming from me. She's like, there are points in Umineko where it's like, I don't want to read anymore. Like, I think I took not a break, but I remember I had to push through some parts of episode 6 and 7. Activating Paper Moon, initiating planet navigational chart plus/minus convergence. Commencing Shadow Borders docking sequence new reality boundary. Like, in Umineko, there's some parts where they're like, yeah, get on with it, keep going. But with The Wandering, I'm like, this is so much fun. Except for when it switches to a POV, and I'm like, oh god, I hate this POV. But Proper Human History Resemblance C, Lost Belt Depth A. I finished reading it like a couple months ago. Well, finished. It's updated twice a week. But I caught up with it a couple months back, and I still, like, god, it's great. Well, god, it's fun. Firing existence verification tethered to reality space. Anchor point at heroic spirit blanks virtual nautical chart confirmed. Zero sail complete. Merging into reality space. It's also, I think, the longest piece of original English fiction out there. Like, it's over like 8 million words, I think. Reality space anchor secured. Reality verification complete. Establishing Shadow Border's existence within Lost Belt. Zero sail return successful. Cool. Good. We made it back to reality space. Whoa. Oof. That violent shaking never gets any easier. Are you okay, Master? Is that relevant? I don't know. I'm used to it by now. I'm impressed, Master. Not many people could adapt to this as quickly as you have. And what can I say? I'm cool. And not so fast. Just take a look at how adeptly I'm carrying myself. I'm the very picture of dignity. Zero sail's no worse than a drive in the rain for me. Surely all that rattling must have been a dreadful sight more difficult for a freshly summoned servant who's never left that lukewarm base of yours, no? I feel quite as powerless as a krill, when already in a whale's stomach at that. Never mind. As long as I'm at sea, even the most violent upheavals is a gentle breeze to me. If anyone should be worried about getting seasick, it's you guys. The ship could and should be much more comfortable. In particular, I'd like to add a bit more in the way of padding to my cushions. Good captain must always take care of his crew. After all, I didn't know how uncomfortable these chairs were, but I prioritized making improvements. And I'm glad to work together to keep the border systems in good shape. But I'm not about to let you go tinkering with tiny things like that on your own anytime. What? It's just chairs. Give us comfy gamer chairs. Even something as small as changing the air freshener we use in the bathroom could lead to fighting among the staff. I'm actually being a lot more considerate of everyone on board than you might think, you know? It's good to hear, but this is the sort of problem that you should have been addressed in the planning stages of creating this vessel. You might have the most advanced vessel in the world, but it'll do you as little good if your crew is in too low spirits to make proper use of it. Guessing the previous Da Vinci had no idea how difficult a voyage at sea could be. Ouch, well, you got me there. The last version of me was a genius. She was definitely kind of insensitive about things like that. Still, she did make this amazingly capable armored vehicle back when nobody had any idea what was going to happen. I'd say that more than gets me off the hook for overlooking little things like cushions. Quite so. Next time we build a vehicle, we'll be sure to pay more attention to creature comforts. In the meantime, we made our way through the storm wall and are now inside the Indian Lost Belt. Cool. We should begin by assessing our surroundings. First things first, Mr. French Cookie Boy, can you see this Lost Belt string of emptiness? Yeah, I think that's it over there. You can see something far off to the southeast. That's a tree. Certainly a tree. So it's already taken root, as I suspected. Furthermore, it appears to have already grown considerably. But unlike in China and Scandinavia, these trees know where to find it. It should save us a good deal of time. Then let's go cut it down right now. Section 2, we cut down the tree. Lost Boat's over. Just like that? Are all Chinese robots so bold? No, that would be too dangerous. The tree is very far away, and I doubt the enemy simply left it undefended. Oh yes, that reminds me. But where we have yet to define this term for our current circumstances. But there's almost certainly another enemy we'll need to face here. Ooh. Well, yeah, duh. Given what we've seen thus far, there's an excellent chance there is a cryptor sent to this Lost Belt. The king has been ruling it since prior to the cryptor's arrival. It is therefore in our best interest to gather as much information as we can before we prepare to face them. I can talk. While this particular tree of emptiness does seem to have grown considerably, it also appears to be in a fairly stable state. So we do not seem to be under any immediate pressure. Of course, if things should take a sudden turn for the worse, we have no choice but to act. But for the time being, it should be safe to prioritize investigating this Lost Belt. Whatever steps we take next, we should begin by getting to the bottom of this case, that is, this unknown history. Yes, quite. Very well. We'll start by gathering information. It's important to know exactly what sort of dangers one is up against, after all. I see. Understood. For now. Alrighty, let's see if there's anything else of interest around here. Well, what's that? Big thing in the sky? Like Lost Belt 3? Huh. Seems there's something else visible to the naked eye here. Something a fair distance from the tree of emptiness in its own right. Fascinating. Oh! Well, it didn't look like it, but I think I know what it is. It's very square. Yeah, this has been talked about in an earlier Lost Belt. I forget which one. And maybe in Oku? I remember Oku kind of at the very end, it's like, oh yay! Everybody's like, don't worry, I'll send you a helper. And I think I know who that helper is. She may have mentioned a square. What the heck is that? Is it natural? Man-made? Hurry up and scan it, man. I'm working on it. Come on. It's no use. Can't get a read on it with anything. It's like it's deflecting any attempt to scan it. Huh. Then it might be some sort of Magecraft-based structure. If it doesn't show up on the magical energy scans, perhaps it isn't. Seems all we can do is barely make it out with our eyes. Which would mean that, empirically speaking, Can't even be sure it's truly there. Suppose one possible explanation is that we're all just seeing things. Okay, Holmes' marijuana, you know, close. That works, right? Like if someone is smoking marijuana in a very close space, could the smoke get you high? Well, I don't do drugs. I don't know. I think it could. You know, mass hallucination. Then, I mean, obviously, you know, marijuana probably wouldn't cause you to hallucinate like that. But yeah, you get the meme. Isn't a vision from space, warm hospitality, a frightening girl. Get my head. I don't know what that reference is. Please calm down, director. Sure, that's just Holmes trying to make a joke. Fo. At any rate, the only thing we can say for sure at this point is that we have no idea as to what's going on. Hey, what's changed? But I do wonder if this may may have anything to do with that mysterious girl we saw near Russia's tree of infamous. Did you see her in Russia? The sense that we could also see her despite being unable to observe her with any instrumentation. Then again, I suppose she did technically appear as a sort of blank spot on our sensors. Huh? Regardless, we still have far too little information to work with, so there's nothing to be gained from drawing conclusions now. Guess we might be able to get some readings if we got in close. Can't say I'm thrilled about the idea of getting near that thing. I want to head over there and try. Don't be daft. Why would we try to go inside that thing when we don't know the first thing about it? If something were to happen to the border, or to me, mankind's last hopes would be dashed for good. I mean, we'll live without you, Gordolf. No, first order of business is to ensure our surroundings are safe, and to ensure I'm safe. Isn't that right, technical and administrative advisors? Yeah, you're not wrong. Lots of us do have their own populations, so I know there's got to be a town around here somewhere. Can't tell yet if there's one near that giant cube or anywhere else nearby. But wherever we find one, we shouldn't get too close to it in the border. Remember what happened in China? So if we're prioritizing information and supplies, I think we should start by looking for a campsite. Luckily, the environmental readings are all stable, so we can assume we're safe enough to focus on keeping a low profile. I'd really rather not use the camel function if we can help it, since it's a major resource hog. Now, where's a good out-of-the-way place we could hide the border around here? Aha! The Rocky Mountain over there looks promising. Alright, we should probably settle on our plan of attack here. Just to make sure, how's that device holding up? The Aeronax Phantasm's as quiet as a piece of coil. Not about to wake up anytime soon. I was afraid of this. Even if we get to the coordinates now, I won't be able to do the ritual to activate it as long as this lost belt is here. So we won't be able to use your fancy new device or update the border until we get rid of this lost belt, huh? Then that might be the case. That doesn't make it any less sucky. What did you expect? We can hardly hope to win first prize without taking part in the race. You know, it'd be cool. We wait 6 months for a lost belt to come out. In the first chapter, oh hey, we can just use this thing and win. That's the whole lost belt. We'll need to cut off this lost belt sooner or later, so if anything, this only helps simplify matters. Indeed. Now, as usual, my duty is to defend the border, seeing as it's the last bastion of hope for mankind and all. HorseyEatYou, as you two are our field team, you'll be working, well, in the field. Given that this will be the 4th lost belt you've investigated, you should be old hands at it by now. I'll do my best. Yes, sir. Be sure to stay alert while we're in the field. Like I said before, the environment here is a lot more stable than it was in Russia or Scandinavia. Similar to China's climate in a lot of ways, but in addition to the physical heat and humidity, there's also a high concentration of mana in the air here. That means you won't be able to use the portable stealth devices I gave you in China, just so you're aware. Oh, I forgot about those. So at least we know you won't need to use the Olaris boards or any of the other special transport equipment here. Oh, that was in the Scandinavian lost belt. I vaguely remember that with Gerda, so you won't have to worry about that. Yes, ma'am. Good. Just the sort of enthusiasm I like to see. However, one can't live on enthusiasm alone. Having just the two of you out in the field is a risk I'd rather not take. So the servants who will accompany you on your investigation shall be... Sorry, I think this is a sensible decision. I can't accompany them. I was not sent here as a combatant. Or to try to fight alongside Horsey, just get in his way. AKA, they haven't given him battle animations yet. My job is to make improvements on this vessel. I may not be able to do so, but there's still a lot of foundational work I can begin now. First thing I'm going to focus on is improving this bridge's shock absorption. What, you mean second thing? First thing, fixing the chairs? As I said, these cushions sleep quite a lot. Okay, never mind. A lot to be desired. I was planning to get to them when I had time, you know. Of course, I will accompany them. I have some connection to India as well. I am sure I can be useful. Right. India has historically been close to China, where they call it Tianzhu. Tianzhu? I'm sure you're familiar with it. Thank you, Naja. I'm very reassured knowing you'll be able to help us. Nonetheless, Naja alone simply won't be enough. Holmes, Da Vinci needs to remain here on standby so that she can operate the border at a moment's notice if necessary. Holmes needs to stay so that he can make full use of the border's instruments while he analyzes their findings. Summon a servant! You know I love it when they canonically summon. Suffice to say, Horsey, that you'll need to bolster your fighting force if you are to carry out your investigation. To do so, you'll have to try summoning new servants in the field. It's a shame the Atlas Institute servant wasn't more accommodating. Still think we can do about that. See, Gordy's in a real good mood now that he has another servant staying behind who can keep him safe. I agree you'll need to start by summoning new servants, but as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. This particular summoning has two of them. First off, electricity. Thanks to Sian, we have another disposable booster we can use, like you did in China. She said it's called a void cell. Gotta say, the Atlas Institute comes up with some really interesting stuff sometimes. As a refresher, just hook it up to Mashu's shield and it'll provide all the resources you need for the summon. Unfortunately, thanks to all the time it took to make everything, it's only got enough juice for 2 servants. But it's still way better than flying a kite in a storm, right? Who do I think it's gonna be? I mean, she's in the gotcha, it's fine to say, you know, Ganesha, aka Jinako, and Karna? I know Karna's in this hospital, obviously. Come on. I mean, if Nasu's involved in any capacity, there's going to be a Karna versus Arjuna scene. I mean, I also know Arjuna's in it. I mean, less spoilers, but still spoilers. Second, I already found a perfect ley line for summoning. And it's well within walking distance. Or, I should say more spoilers, but not, like, everyone knows by now, come on. I concur. Once you have bolstered your forces there, you can begin investigating our surroundings in earnest. Understood. Make sure to do that. So no time like the present. Let's go. I need to sneeze. Fo. You gonna cut her? Still going. Sure you're okay with this, Gordy? But the sneeze never came. What do you mean? Well, you know, just figured you'd want to say, hold it. I'm the director and I give the orders around here. Or something like that. Oh. Well, I will admit I did come up with a few authoritative directives ahead of time. But I ultimately decided they weren't necessary, given how this hospital seems fairly peaceful. Based on what? We haven't been attacked in our first 3 minutes? There's no point in saying them, huh? Why waste my breath? It's only good sense. First, there's a point to them. They're very important. Go on, Gordy. Hurry up and say something. Oh, well, if you insist. It's not too late. Hold it! You're forgetting something pivotal. What's that? Your commander's orders, of course. Oh, I thought it was a pat on the back. Can't start an operation without them. Go on, now line up. Back straight. Never mind the salute, just listen up. Horsey, as the captain of the Shadow Border and the director of Chaldea, here are your orders. You're to investigate this lost belt spreading across Indian land, find a means of felling that tree of emptiness as soon as possible. In addition to eliminating this lost belt, protecting Earth from this invasion, you're also to secure a path that will enable us to further modify and evolve the Shadow Border. Yes, sir. That's why I like it. When a mission's especially difficult, it's when you need to send them off with high hopes. They're really coming into our own as a team. They could even give the old Chaldea a run for its money. That's a death flag. That's a death flag. Also, I want to protect that smile. And, yeah, the time's about, right? Lost about depth A, okay. Samsara of Genesis and Terminus, Yugakhestra, the final dark god. And it's 11,000 something BC, presumably. Or AD. Well, it was question mark, so like, But that doesn't make sense. It's got to be BC, right? It's split off in the future, which affected the past. I mean, the moon cell. Well, spoiler: the moon cells. Well, that's not a spoiler. Everyone knew it before the chapter's out. Plus, like the big square thing. Hold on. When we look at the map, I think we're gonna see it. I think it's like a. I think the map's like kind of deserty, right? I remember in the bottom left, there's a thing, and I remember a calendar. I forget. I had no idea what the calendar meant. I'm assuming it's story only. I don't think it had like battle effects. I shouldn't think of what game had a calendar. It's Kikonia, right? I was like, did Babylonia have a calendar? It had like the days left, which I think was a very nice addition to Babylonia. Just like it, when a day passed in the story, it's like, oh, you got 9 days left. You gotta hurry. Folk, can you hurry up? We don't need to stall anymore. We hit 20 minutes. But yeah, basically, I got the chance to record today, but I'm not expecting to be able to like binge this Lost Belt. Which on your end probably won't matter because you'll get this video, 3 months from now, at the earliest. I mean, if I started uploading daily again, you could have it, in a month. But uploading such a pain. I have to make the thumbnails. I have to upload it. I have to wait an hour. Then my internet sucks during that hour, so I can't play games. And usually I have to render the video ahead of time because like maybe it's split up into different parts, or the audio has a problem, or like maybe I need to like edit something. Oh, it's just a big pain, honestly. Okay, we get it. Show us the cool map and the cool music. Give us cool music. Some maps have had really cool music. Did Anastasia? I know Camelot had great music, and I think Salem might, but Shinjuku had cool music. Taking a drink of water. Come on, let me in. Look, if you don't hurry up, I'm gonna pull up GIMP, which is my photo editing software, because I'm not buying Photoshop and I'm not a pirate. Ahoy, mateys! I will boot it up, take this image, and the let me in meme where the guy Eric Andre, I think his name is. I said a couple clips of him. I believe he has a television show, and he is his hands are on like iron bars, and he's like screaming, "Let me in! Let me!" You're familiar, I assume. It was a viral internet meme, like a year or two ago. Okay, I'm booting up GIMP. I'm gonna go get the GIMP. I'm gonna go wake him up. Oh my god, that's Pulp Fiction. Oh, hi, Phil. It's deserty. Yeah, okay, there we go. So it doesn't really look like the moon cell. I have no idea what it is, actually. I just assume it's the moon cell because I know there is some level of fate extra relatedness to this Lost Belt. I mean, Yugakhestra here, come on. Meeting hope in a lonely world. I think... I don't know if BB shows up, but I think she's at least mentioned here. I think. Anyway, I'll be next time. Lots of battles next time, it seems like. So yeah, I'll see you guys there. Bye. Also, the song? It's okay. I'll see you guys next time.